Welcome back to AI Explained. We are diving into some really interesting news in the AI world today.
Oh, yeah.
Nvidia's acquisition of Run.ai.
Okay.
And Run.ai is this Israeli startup, and they're doing some pretty cool stuff with AI optimization.
Mm-hmm.
And we're basing all this excitement on an article from IT Pro.
Right.
And it unpacks what this deal could mean for the future of AI. So
It's pretty fascinating, right? I mean, not just the acquisition itself,
Yeah.
that price tag,
yeah.
like $700 million.
Wow.
And that's a powerful statement about the value that Nvidia sees in Run.ai's technology.
$700 million.
It's
That's
not.
no small amount.
Yeah.
So what exactly does Run.ai do
Yeah.
to be worth that kind of investment? I'm ready to learn.
So you can think about it this way.
Okay.
You know how AI models, especially those cutting edge ones,
Mm-hmm.
they're like super athletes, right?
Yeah.
They need the best training facilities and resources to be at their top performance.
Right.
That's where Run.ai comes in.
Okay.
Their software helps developers
Yeah.
really just squeeze every bit of performance out of their hardware.
Mm-hmm.
And this is critical, in the computationally demanding world of AI.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's about efficiency and
Yeah.
making sure that all those expensive GPUs aren't just slacking off.
So Run.ai is like a personal trainer for AI models,
Yeah, exactly.
just pushing them to their limits.
Yeah.
And making sure they're getting the most out of their workout.
Exactly. And it's becoming even more important now
Right.
as AI models are getting even more complex
Yeah.
and the data sets are getting larger and larger.
Yeah.
So we're talking about handling massive amounts of information,
Wow.
and that needs serious computing power.
Right.
And Run.ai can help manage all that, making
Uh.
sure that all those resources are allocated intelligently.
Okay, so Nvidia acquires this promising startup with all this powerful optimization technology.
Right.
So what happens next?
Well,
What's the next move?
they do something really interesting. They make Run.ai software open source.
Whoa, hold on a minute.
Good.
So they spend $700 million for this technology.
Yeah.
And then they just give it away.
It seems that way, right?
What's the catch here?
It's definitely strategic on Nvidia's part.
Okay.
Remember that they are already the dominant player in the GPU market,
Right.
which is really the backbone of all AI processing.
Yeah.
So by open sourcing Run.ai,
Yeah.
they're kind of opening up their platform to this wider range of developers
Okay.
that might not have been using NVIDIA GPUs before.
So it's kind of like saying, hey, come build amazing AI, but you're probably going to want to use our GPUs to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a way to expand their ecosystem and attract even more talent and innovation to their platform.
It's a clever move.
It's a good move, yeah.
So it's like they're positioning themselves as a leader in this open source AI movement,
Yeah.
which is really gaining a lot of momentum globally.
It is.
Okay, so I'm starting to see the bigger picture here.
Mm.
But let's not forget that Run.ai's software only works with NVIDIA GPUs right now.
Yeah, that's right.
So how does open sourcing it really benefit
Right.
developers who might be using different hardware?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
It really gets at the challenges and opportunities of open source software.
Yeah.
So the initial release of Run.ai will be optimized for NVIDIA GPUs.
Okay.
But it being open source means that anyone can contribute to making it compatible with other hardware.
Okay.
So it's like a community effort to expand its capabilities.
I see. So it's not an instant solution, but more of a starting point
Yeah.
for collaboration to create this versatile and powerful AI optimization tool that benefits everyone,
Exactly.
regardless of what hardware they're using.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It is.
Yeah.
And it speaks to the potential of open source
Yeah.
to drive innovation and democratize access to cutting-edge technology.
Yeah.
Of course, there are always challenges
Yeah.
to making software truly hardware agnostic,
Right.
but the potential rewards are huge.
Both for developers and the AI community as a whole.
Absolutely.
It's definitely interesting.
Yeah, it's like you drop a pebble in a pond and you just watch the ripples spread out.
Yeah.
But let's zoom in for a second here.
Okay.
How does Run.ai actually work?
Okay.
What are the nuts and bolts of this whole optimization process?
So Run.ai is designed to optimize AI infrastructure.
Okay.
You can almost think about it
Yeah.
like a sophisticated traffic management system.
Like a traffic management system.
Yeah.
Instead of cars, we're talking about data, right?
Exactly. Instead of like roads and intersections, we're dealing with GPUs, CPUs, and memory.
Right.
Run.ai software allocates all these resources,
Okay.
making sure that all your AI models are trained and executed as efficiently as possible.
So it's like having this super smart air traffic controller,
Yeah, yeah.
but for your AI, preventing collisions and keeping everything running smoothly.
That's a great analogy.
Okay, cool.
Because just like a skilled air traffic controller can optimize flight paths.
And prevent delays.
Yeah.
Run.ai can really speed up AI development and reduce costs.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But I have another question.
Okay.
You mentioned that Run.ai makes sure that these expensive GPUs aren't slacking off.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Sure.
How does it actually prevent wasted resources?
One of the key things that Run.ai does is something called fractional GPU sharing.
Okay.
So traditionally, if you have multiple AI models that need to be trained, you would dedicate an entire GPU to each one,
Right.
even if they weren't using all of the processing power.
So it's kind of like having this huge bus, but only one passenger.
A lot of wasted space, right?
Yeah.
So Run.ai's fractional GPU sharing allows you to divide up those GPUs into smaller chunks.
Okay.
So you're allocating just the right amount of resources to each model based on what it needs.
Right.
So you can run multiple models at the same time on the same GPU without sacrificing performance or wasting processing power.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's like turning that giant bus into a ride-sharing service.
Exactly.
Making sure every seat is filled.
And that's just one way that Run.ai optimizes AI infrastructure.
Wow.
They also have sophisticated scheduling algorithms that prioritize tasks, allocate resources dynamically, and even predict future needs to prevent bottlenecks.
So that's like a whole suite of tools.
Yeah.
Designed to streamline the whole AI development process and make it way more efficient.
Exactly. And that's why this move to open source is so exciting.
Right.
Imagine a world where all these tools are freely available to anyone who wants to build AI.
Yeah.
It could democratize access to these powerful technologies and really unlock a new wave of innovation.
That's a really inspiring thought.
Yeah, it is.
But let's be realistic for a second. Making this software truly hardware agnostic is a huge undertaking.
It is.
What are some of the specific hurdles that they might face in achieving that?
You're absolutely right. It's a very complex challenge.
Okay.
One of the biggest obstacles is just the diversity of hardware out there.
Okay.
So many different CPUs and memory systems.
Yeah.
And they all have their own quirks, specific ways of communicating.
Yeah.
So trying to make Run.ai work seamlessly across all these platforms requires a deep understanding of hardware architecture and a lot of really meticulous engineering.
So it's like trying to translate a book into hundreds of different languages, each with their own grammar and vocabulary.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
And it really highlights the importance of community involvement in this whole open source process. You need developers with all sorts of different expertise on all these different hardware platforms to contribute to really make this vision a reality.
It's like a massive collaborative puzzle.
It is.
Everyone bringing their own piece to create the complete picture.
And that's the beauty of open source.
Yeah.
It harnesses this collective intelligence of a global community to solve complex problems and push technology forward.
Yeah, I can't help but think back to those initial antitrust concerns from the European Commission. Were they worried about this scenario where Nvidia is using open source to strengthen their grip on the AI market?
It's definitely a possibility.
Yeah.
Remember, Nvidia already controls a large part of the GPU market, which is critical for AI development.
Yeah.
So by open sourcing a powerful optimization tool that's initially tailored to their own hardware, they're creating this incentive for developers to choose Nvidia GPUs over the competitors.
So it's like offering free pizza.
Yeah.
But only if you come to their party.
Exactly. It's a way to attract a larger audience and potentially influence their choices.
Okay, so there's this potential upside of greater access and collaboration, but also this underlying concern about market dominance.
Yeah.
It's kind of a double-edged sword.
It is. Absolutely. And that's why it's important to talk about it and critically analyze the implications of moves like this. Need to be mindful of the benefits, but also the potential risks as well.
Well said.
Yeah.
And I think that's a great place to wrap up part 2 of our deep dive.
Sounds good.
Welcome back to AI Explained. We've been talking about Nvidia and Run.ai and their open source software. Could be a real game changer.
Yeah, for sure.
So in this final part, Let's shift our focus to some of the broader implications.
Right.
What does all this mean for us everyday users?
Right.
How could this change the way we interact with AI on like a daily basis?
Yeah, that's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's hard to predict the future.
Yeah.
But we can make some educated guesses.
Right.
Based on what we know about AI trends.
Okay.
And open source software.
Think about the early days of the internet.
Okay.
Open source technologies like Linux and Apache.
Yeah.
Were so important in making the internet accessible and affordable to millions of people.
Okay, I see where you're going with this.
Yeah.
You're saying that by making these tools freely available, Nvidia could be paving the way for a similar explosion of innovation and accessibility, but in the AI space.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, so instead of these tech giants controlling everything, we might see more of like a diverse decentralized ecosystem where smaller companies, startups, and even individuals can make a difference.
I think so.
That would be pretty awesome.
It would be a positive development, I think, for everyone.
Right.
More competition and a wider range of perspectives often leads to more creative and impactful solutions.
Okay, so paint me a picture.
All right.
What could we see if AI development becomes more accessible and efficient?
Okay, so imagine AI-powered medical devices.
That can diagnose diseases with incredible speed and accuracy.
Wow.
This could lead to earlier intervention and better outcomes.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Or how about personalized learning experiences that adapt to each student's unique needs and learning style?
Wow.
It could revolutionize education.
That's a great idea. What about transportation?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Could this lead to safer self-driving cars?
Absolutely.
Okay.
With more developers able to contribute to those algorithms, we could see big advances in safety, reliability, and performance.
Imagine a world with way less traffic accidents.
It would be great.
Yeah, that's definitely a future I can get behind.
I agree.
But with all this talk about AI and all this potential, it makes me think of that saying, with great power comes great responsibility.
That's right.
You know, as AI becomes more integrated into our lives, how do we make sure it's used ethically?
Yeah, that's the question.
Yeah, and for the benefit of humanity.
We'd have to ask ourselves that at every step. Yeah, it's not enough to just focus on the advancements.
Right.
We need to have really strong ethical frameworks in place.
So it's not just about building cool AI.
Yeah.
It's about building responsible AI.
Exactly.
That's aligned with our values and really benefits everyone.
That's right.
Okay, so we need to think about things like bias and algorithms.
Yes.
Data privacy.
Absolutely.
Transparency and accountability.
For sure.
And these aren't just ideas.
Yeah.
They have real-world consequences that we need to address.
Yeah, we have
It's like you're at a crossroads.
Yeah.
We've got this incredible technology
Right.
that could change the world.
Yeah.
But in both good and bad ways.
That's right. It's true.
And the decisions we make now will determine which direction we go.
It's a responsibility that we all share, developers, policymakers, and everyday people.
Okay, so this whole Nvidia Run.ai deal has really got us thinking.
Yeah, it has.
Any final thoughts for our listeners?
I think the big takeaway is that AI is changing so fast.
Yeah.
We need to stay informed, talk about it, and really be active participants in shaping its future.
AI isn't just something happening out there.
Exactly.
It's going to affect all of us.
Yeah, you will.
That's a great point. So we've reached the end of our deep dive.
It has been fascinating.
It has.
I hope our listeners enjoyed it.
Yeah, and a huge thank you to our experts.
Of course.
For breaking down this really complex topic.
You're welcome.
And to our listeners, thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
We hope you'll join us again for more deep dives.
Yes.
Into the world of AI.
For sure.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
Yeah.
For more insights and analysis.
That's a fascinating topic.
It is.